Hi, I'm Shelli from Anderson and Associates, and I have my friend Taylor Quinn's here today. I have people all the time ask me about why do I need an insurance agent, and how can an agent help me when I can go online and just get my own insurance. And in the age that we live in, and especially with the younger generation, I think that you're brought up to think that yes, I can just do all of this on my own. And this might be a little unfair to Taylor. I'm going to put her on the spot here and ask her about the coverages so she knows if she really knows what she's purchasing when she goes online to get her insurance policy. So a standard auto policy has 5 main coverages.
Okay.
The first coverage on your auto insurance is called bodily injury. So I'm just curious, what do you think that bodily injury coverage would be?
Am I allowed to say I don't know? I have no idea.
So bodily injury is actually it's liability, the liability coverage, and it protects you financially.
Okay.
Which I think the insurance term for it can be a little misleading sometimes. Bodily injury, but it would be if something happened to somebody else and you're at fault.
Okay.
So that would be the first coverage. The second coverage that you have is property damage, which is pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. I think most people do understand that, but I don't think they always think it through. A state minimum is $10,000 of coverage for property damage. So if you total out somebody's car and you're responsible, and you only have $10,000 in coverage, and they're driving a Mercedes.
That's not going to cover it.
It's not going to cover it. So you're still responsible, and if it was to go to court, they can garnish your wages. They can put liens on your homes.
So you want to have good coverage.
So that they are going to get their money back. So yes, as you get older and acquire more things, it's something that you want to discuss with somebody what these coverages are and make sure that you're adequately covered.
Absolutely.
The next coverage on a policy is uninsured motorist. What do you think uninsured motorist would cover?
If you hit someone who didn't have insurance? Or maybe?
You're kind of on the right track. What uninsured motorist covers is you, but medically.
Okay.
So it's a coverage that you're purchasing, but it actually benefits you. Where the bodily injury liability is protecting you financially, but benefits the other driver. This coverage protects you medically. So for example, you're in a car accident and the person that hit you doesn't have any insurance.
Gotcha.
And you go to the hospital. You do have personal injury protection. That's a state law. Everybody's required to have that, but that caps out at $10,000.
Okay.
And it has a 20% copay.
Oh my gosh.
So you actually really only have $8,000 in medical coverage on a standard auto policy.
Wow.
If you were to be injured and the other person involved doesn't have any coverage.
That's not a lot.
It's not very much money at all. A lot of people ask me, well, I have health insurance. I'm going to tell you right now, when you go to the hospital and you've been in an accident, the first thing the hospital asks you, what happened? Why are you here? And if it was because you were in an auto accident, they want to get all of your auto information, and it goes to your auto insurance, and your treatment can get held up if you don't have the right kind of coverage.
Will they take from your auto insurance first, or will they and then take from your health, or will they not take from your health at all?
If you exhaust your auto insurance, it depends on the wording on your health insurance policy. Some of them will not cover, some of them will.
That's crazy.
But again, this is why you need an agent, and you need to know what your coverages are.
Absolutely.
Uninsured motorists also, it pays relatively quickly. I have a friend of mine whose son was in an accident and paralyzed from the neck down. The driver of the car had minimum state limits of insurance, so only $10,000 in coverage. That wasn't going to help this boy that was paralyzed. What did help him was his father carried uninsured motorist. And he had limits of 100, 300.
Okay.
So Austin had $100,000 available to him immediately for
That's good.
his injuries. In his case, he needed a wheelchair
Oh my goodness. Wow.
that he could breathe to make it move, and wasn't going to be covered any
No.
other way. So
Wow.
it is a very important coverage, and I understand that prices, you only have so much money each week, but as you become more successful and you acquire more things,
You gotta have it.
it's saving in the long run. You're
Absolutely.
insuring yourself there. We also have comp and collision, and I think most people understand what collision is. Collision insurance is if you are in an accident and it pays to get your vehicle fixed.
Yes.
You usually have a deductible that you have to pay first. Then we have comprehensive, and what comprehensive does is most people know that that's what covers your glass,
Yeah.
if you break your windshield. But what they don't know is that comprehensive includes anything, it's a broader form than just
Okay.
collision. So a flood, like there used to be in the mall back in the days, if your
my
car was
gosh.
outside and it flooded, and
Yeah.
it ruins it.
Absolutely.
So you want to have that
Okay.
comprehensive insurance for that.
More broad spectrum then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Then there's lots of add-on coverages that you can do. You have like accident forgiveness. There's a lot of credits that you can qualify for that you may not know about by going online and trying to do something yourself. You get a credit for being a homeowner.
Oh,
you
wow.
can get a credit for your insurance score.
And I imagine that's not something you're going to find online or that they're going to tell you you're going to get a credit for.
Not necessarily. You're not going to get help for it
Okay.
by going online and doing it yourself. But so basically the point of this is I just really want people to know what their coverages are. And I taken a few minutes to go over,
Absolutely.
with you so that you know what you have. And probably lastly, what I'll touch on is the no fault. Everybody says it's, Florida's a no fault state. Florida's a no fault state, and it doesn't matter. And basically what that means, it goes back to your PIP again, your personal injury protection. And to have a driver's license in Florida, you have to carry the PIP insurance. And no matter who's at fault in an accident, your personal injury protection pays first. That's the first thing that pays if you go into the hospital.
Okay.
So that's where the term no
The
fault
Okay.
comes into play, and I think it's really misunderstood.
Yeah, I didn't understand that, but until now.
So hopefully, this was informative for you,
Absolutely.
and thank you for coming in. Do you have
you.
any other questions?
I've learned some new stuff today, so I think that covers it. I don't have any more questions, but
Right.
that was informative. So,
Well, thanks for coming in today, Taylor. I really
thank you.
appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Great.